Hello, how's it going? Happy Tunic Tuesday. I was really looking forward to this since last week. I had so much fun with that last stream, and I'm really excited to get into it today. If you missed my last stream, I actually have Bot's channel where you can go ahead and check that out. And I'll still be going over the stuff we looked into last time. As always, considering Tunic is one of them games, I recommend you play it before watching. But if not, I'm glad to have you here and joining me in on this little journey as I peek through all the lore in the game and stuff. I will say I did look into it. I don't know if there's a way for me to keep the game unpaused whenever I tab out. So until further notice, that is probably unfortunately just gonna have to be a thing. That's gonna be cutting out on the game audio here and there. I suppose it's not the end of the world. I just polished off a nice little cup of decaf. I was really craving some coffee tonight, but I've been going a little too hard on the caffeine lately, so I'm being a responsible little puppy. Anyways, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to bring up. I don't think there is. I think I'm ready to get into it. Let's hop on over to the notes tab so we can go over stuff that we've got so far. Also, hi, I'm gonna have my face today. Hey, Evie. One second. I need to. For some reason, my thing is not capturing Obsidian. One second. Really annoying. At least in the meantime, I'm gonna get the game booted up. I may have to switch over the thing that I am using for it, which is not the end of the world. It was a mild nuisance. There's Tunic. Now why? No, I'm gonna try closing out of Obsidian and reopening it and see if that fixes it. Oh, sorry, one more moment. I'll be right back. There we go. Okay. Weird OBS jank, but now we're good. Thanks for your patience, y'all. But yeah. So the main things that we really came upon during the last stream was we really ran into the fact of, or rather, just the means this way a game is portraying things via color. That being that light blue and cyan is generally representative of the far shore, aka like the ethereal plane that's in this game, as well as the fact that the color purple is being used for otherworldly forces, things like the disquieting beings or stuff that we'll get to later. I don't know if we're going to get all the way to the quarry today. Today's probably mostly just going to be the Eastern Vault and maybe Ruined Atoll. Um, Potentially. Also, yeah, the color stuff. Hi, so by the way, the color stuff is interesting because I didn't actually catch that until this playthrough either, and it has some interesting implications with some like the merchant because the merchant has like purple eyes and stuff, but it makes sense because the merchant exists outside of the canon of the game, um, which is really interesting. The merchant is probably going to be like a huge like loose end probably for this entire game, but I really do hope we can figure some stuff out about them. The other thing that I wanted to talk about as well was this. We'll see how much this plays into the overall story of the game, but the idea that the Far Shore is a play. I believe. Let me see if I can find the note here. There is a page in the manual which I failed to put on this, but I really should have. It's that the Far Shore is a realm of illusion and memory, and it's really struck me that this essentially means the Far Shore is the nostalgia plane. This is kind of backed up by shit with the air. Like, the reason the air is giving you power for these offerings is because these offerings are reminders of the corporeal world since they are trapped in the far shore. So, through the power of their memories of the corporeal plane, they are giving you their power. And this is why when they kill you, once you collect all the keys, then you have all that power stripped away from you, and you have to re-find your body. And the way you re-find your body is by then going and collecting the memories from the heroes' graves. Which the heroes' graves are also something I'm very interested in because it's. I don't remember where I got this information, but that the heroes' graves are almost a construct of sorts. They're not like the actual graves of actual past rune seekers. They are more so present as a tool for the rune seeker to use on their journey. So you are essentially trading in one form of nostalgia for another, the nostalgia of the air versus the nostalgia of the hero. And because of this, if you are following these paths of nostalgia, you are led to try and defeat the air, which continues the cycle of violence. And so I think this game has something to say of leaning on nostalgia too heavily, um, which is really interesting because this game is really playing on like nostalgia of things like Legend of Zelda. Um, yeah, don't lean too heavily on nostalgia lest you be trapped in stagnation. I think it's really compelling, and I'm curious to see where it's gonna go because right now tonight we're gonna be looking for keys. There's actually something I wanted to see right off the bat when we get back into the game here that I wanted to point out about like the color stuff. Because, okay, yeah, so you see how the shrine here, the air shrine here, has a light blue eyeball in it. Um, because this is your connection to these serve as your conduit to the air. This is where you leave your offerings, this is where they heal you, this is where they resurrect you. What if I want to be trapped in a cycle I can never leave? I think they mm, I'm not going to say all that. That's your prerogative. Evie, have you played in Stars in Time? If not, you should play that game. So yeah, you see how the air shrine has blue eyes, but you go up here and these temple guards have purple eyes because, well, a lot of the power in this game is from stuff that we'll get to later. Um, but the power source in this game is also in that list of purple color, which I think is really interesting. Um, And that's why these guys are purple, is because you had to ring the bells to activate them. Something to consider, something to consider, something to consider. Anyways, I think we're gonna just get started here and go to the Eastern Vault. I don't think there was anything else I needed to double check on just yet. And I went the wrong way, actually. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go. Bye. Excuse me. Also, is the actually, is the game audio not capturing? What the heck? Give me a moment. My setup is really just not happy with me tonight. I don't know why this isn't capturing the game audio now. What the heck? Okay, I'm at least adding my mic to this scene for now so that y'all can hear me yap while I handle this. Apologies for that. Let's see. There we go. I don't know why it's fighting with me so hard tonight. There we go. Okay, we should be good. Oh, well. Cute! I always love that the collectibles change their colors with you if you change the character colors. It makes me really happy. Okay, so actually this is just like a little thing. I don't think it's really going to come up lore-wise, but I'm just curious since, on the path to the garden you have to go through a place called the Western Furnace. And this has a very similar structure. It's like this plinth that it's sitting on. I wonder if this was perhaps once the Eastern Furnace? No, actually no, it's not. It's not nearly as massive a scale. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways. Let's perpetuate the cycle. Do I have any upgrades? I do. Free of potion. Ooh, and do I have any coins? No, I do not have any coins. That's fine. Oh, and we get our first page of the night already. Okay. Okay. Money. What do we got? Is this anything? Ah, okay. These are the Questigons, essentially. These are the things we're looking for right now. What does this one say again? Oh, right. So this is, I think, maybe the first mention of the canonical plane. This is talking about something called the Shadow Oubliette. We might need a little bit more information on it, but essentially the Shadow Oubliette is the prison that the heir is being kept in the Far Shore. And these keys are what we are going to use to release them. I'm actually curious about how this functions, because the Shadow Oubliette exists within the canonical plane, which is the plane we are in right now, right here. And the actual prison itself exists in the far shore. Interesting. I don't know if I have anything to write down about this yet. I might have to come back to it. Anyways, is there anything in the shop? There's a coin that costs like 999 though. I don't have enough for that. Do I want anything? How much is this bottle actually? That's 1,000. Okay, yeah, I'm not getting that anytime soon. No, I will take some more bombs though. Did I say no? What? There we go. Yeah, I think that's really it for me for now. Oh yeah, I guess arachnophobia warning up ahead. This little dungeon down here does have some spiders. I didn't give a warning for that last stream. I'm so sorry. Anything behind these? No, there's not. Let's see, where is my map? There we are. Right, I think there might be a treasure chest under this waterfall. Not this one, then the other one. Okay, it's the next floor then, I think. We're all just hanging out, I guess. Be careful, I am actually going to make myself killed here. Spiders are not to be trifled with. The muffling bell. I think that's the one that makes enemies less likely to detect you. Might as well put it on because I don't really have anything else better to put in that slot just yet. Oh yeah, that's progress. Am I able to wait? I think no. I think this is. I got tricked by this kind of because I thought this was like a hyper light drifter ass switch where you shot it. I pressed the wrong button. What is? Never mind. I thought that was when you just had to walk up to it and activate it. Never mind. I'm actually the genius of video games. god, it's so nice to have the wand. Before I continue forward, we actually didn't go in the, oh, because they're coming up ahead. Prison cells, where the shortcut is. There's a spider in this one, not in this one. Oh, yummy berry. Oh yeah, the custodians. I actually don't know, like, what to make of the custodians. I would probably just need a little bit more lore from the fucking actual book. More than anything, I'm just interested because they are like, probably the closest thing we have to the remaining vestiges of the, like, the civilization that lived before the events of the game. More upgrade. I don't have enough money for either of those right now, but still. I'm gonna be careful with these guys, I don't light me on fire. Wait. Remember, it's always good to turn every single one of these on. Well, coin. I actually think I'm only one away from the next slot, so that's good. Before I contend with this room, pretty sure I can just run down here. Ah, no, I have to turn it on. I do have to contend with this room. Let me get out my ice bombs in that case. Why don't they keep wandering over to me one at a time when we're gonna be getting through this fairly easy style? These guys are a pain in the ass. These guys are like one of the hardest fucking enemies to deal with for like no reason. They block all your shit. They do fire damage. Yada yada yada. They're a huge nuisance to deal with unless you like are being pretty like this is basically what you save your ice bombs for. I gotta do that really early. Dang, you're annoying to parry. I'm gonna... I did it wrong, that's fine. There we go. Dang, and they're annoying to parry. Truly... I didn't have an end to that sentence. Oh my god, wait, this guy's just chilling here. You okay? You paying attention here? Oh, there's a page up there. Hello. Oh, and this is talking about the bosses. Actually, this is probably a great time for me to switch on over to the notes tab as well as to bust out the translated manual. Give me just a moment here. This is page 36. Perfect, got that set up. Here we are. Let me start with a tab on the librarian. Librarian, they, them, pronouns, fucking awesome. Here we go. All right. Many have sought the secrets of this world, drawn by the great power and other secret legends. Librarian has learned much, including powerful sorcery. I could have sworn I could have sworn that the fucking librarian was they them, but here it is calling no. I guess librarian's he pronouns, never mind. Oh, that's a shame. A little lost for NBs all over. He makes his home high above the clouds, waiting for foolish ruin seekers to bring him more pages. So he's on page 36. He's collecting manual pages by defeating ruin seeker. There's Although powerful, his tragedy is his belief that the Holy Cross resides within the cathedral. He will never make it to the far shore. The Holy Cross is going to be something interesting to get into, because the Holy Cross, for those who don't know, is the D-pad on your controller. And the fact that it is something that the characters of the game are aware of is extremely interesting to me. And then we've got the next page, page 37, which is Scavenger Boss. We will see later. I'll stop at nothing to obtain the blue key. She has long known that it lies in the rooted ziggurat, but has only now entered its depths. Cost many lives, but any price would be acceptable. I actually don't know if there's much that we need to talk about for the Scavenger Boss, which is a shame because she's one of my favorite boss fights in the game. But, really all there is to talk about the Scavengers is just that they're trying to get to the shit that's in the quarry, which we'll have to, get to at some point. Anyways, fun page to get. Get to see our bosses. I don't think we have a page for the siege engine yet, do we? Do we? Did I just miss it? No, we do have a page for the siege engine. It's page 31. I neglected to look at this, I think, last stream. One key to the Shadow Olea is guarded by the last great machine of war. When the siege was done, this beast was coaxed into this lonely purpose. Interesting. You know, I've actually never considered what the siege might actually even be. I'm gonna put that in the loose ends here. What is the siege? Oh, and another upgrade. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh wait, real quick. I haven't gone in this room. Can I say hi? Oh, no, not really. I feel like this would have opened up. I guess not. I guess I can always test that if I respawn. I don't think there's anything downways, if I recall. Yeah, I think this room has been cleared out for the most part, other than the fairy puzzle, but I'm not really worrying about that right now. I think we want to be up here, if I remember correctly. Yes. Hi, how's it going? I will say, I feel like on the first playthrough, a lot of people don't bother parrying in this game, and I get it, because honestly the parry in this game is not that great. The timing is really awkward, but it is really worth learning, I'm not gonna lie. Just some of the enemies in this game are so much easier to deal with if you just learn how to parry them. God, I sound like a fucking Dark Souls player. How much money do I have? $400. I should actually go cash this in real quick. What do we want? What do we want? Do we want stamina? Do we want more MP? Honestly, more health is kind of hard to pass up to. 250, 300. Let's get the HP upgrade, honestly. It's weirdly enough, if I recall correctly, the upgrade that gets the most expensive in this game is the amount of health recovered from your potions. I don't know why. I feel like, I guess it's a pretty valuable resource now that I consider it. Anyways, let's go. Keep on keeping on. I don't know why I went back away around this way. It's fine. It's fine and it's cool. God, ice really is the most powerful element in any video game, huh? There we go. I've been playing Rogue Core with my partner and some of our friends, and like, even there, like, anything that stops an enemy from moving is just generally a nice thing to have. Am I just not doing this right? Did I just completely forget how to do the health potion spell? Oh. Weird. Oh well. Ain't the end of the world. Ooh, and I can go cash in this coin. Seven. Okay. I just got that other slot then. That's the case. Very good. Very good. That's not who I want to be hit. Oh god, I did not want this guy to be over here. Hold on, I'm coming up here. There we go. That was a little bit of a cluster. Oh, hold on. Got a loose end. There we go. Thankfully, I'm a gamer. Cool. It's actually gonna bother me so much. Do I even have like the page that tells you how to do the heal spell yet? I don't think I do, but no, I definitely don't yet. I think that's in the back somewhere. Yeah. I don't know. That's in like one of the index pages. 1 second. I just need to respond to a DM. Perfect. Thank you. I am stuck behind these candles. Everybody's on fire. Sorry. Chest up there. I think it goes without saying, as a trans woman, that I am obsessed with chests. It's down there. Can't do this thing yet. Ooh, big money. Dang, I already got enough for another upgrade. Wonderful. I need to run back up here real quick and go this way. I gotta go this way. It's blueberry. I feel like actually, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of blueberries. I've tried to like them, and like in some instances, like the flavor is fine enough. It's just like something about it is just not for me. Maybe I should take pride in that fact. It's truly part of my anti-American spirit here. I'll take the magic upgrade. Why not? I don't think there's much else to do but move along to the boss here. Alright, you're in a really weird spot that's hard to get to. Oh, that heals them? Interesting. I didn't know that did that. You having fun in the corner over here? That's super interesting. Those guys that like put the square on the ground, some folks have speculated if like the pattern is like an enterable code that you can do. I think the general consensus is that it's not. But I do like the idea that these mages are essentially channeling the Holy Cross. Tier of the Eastern Vault. Be careful. $400. Danger, do not open. I'm going to want ice for this. I love this thing's sound design. It's really good. This boss probably gave me the most trouble in my first playthrough, but I kind of know how to deal with it now. I say this and probably still going to die. Immediately dodged me. Ow. Do the ice ones just like straight up not work on it? I might have to try using the ice combo on this. I just don't know if that consumes magic equal to the dagger or magic equal to the wand. Because if it's to the wand, it's making things a lot easier. Okay, there we go. It does work. You just have to hit at a certain point. I am unfortunately out of resources. Christ, ow! That laser is such a bastard. These guys will get me. Getting behind this thing without freezing is such a pain. Can Ender at least kind of hit it in the face. Sort of works. Okay, the dagger combo does still take the same way because using just the dagger by itself. That'd be really cool if that'd be a nice way to like cheese out the magic combos for it. Come here. Ow. I'm running low on resources. Come here. Show me your face. I really like the little This thing's little face is so cute to me. I always feel bad. It's like a puppy. A little puppy with one eye. Oh. Take this. Found an item. And there's nothing else in this arena if I remember correctly. Use key. Yes. This honestly worked out perfectly timing-wise because I'm about due for my first break here. My extremely normal item. I definitely want to have. Found an item. This isn't the one I was looking for. never remember which one is just like the overworld spawn. I think it's this one actually. Yeah, here we go. Very nice. Oh, I still don't have enough money for that. Oh well. Let's drop off the first Questagon, and then I'm going to take my break. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Give me a moment. I will be back in a few minutes. Take this time to stretch, get some water or another drink, maybe have a snack if you got one on hand. Take care of yourself. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Hello. Back to it. I basically just stood in the kitchen and ate some carrots with hummus. And it was pretty yummy. I'm really craving snack food right now. And I'm trying to convince myself to not go to the store after this stream and go buy like a bag of chips as much as I want it. Because I got groceries yesterday and bought snacks, and I already ate all of them. Weh. Fuck, that's right, this isn't the way I go. Oh, is this where their tethering range is? Alright, man. You're just gonna have to go away. Excuse me. If I remember correctly, this one gives you a chance of enemies dropping HP when they die, I think? Actually, do I have the page that talks about that? I don't think I do. It's on page 20? Yeah, I don't have page 20 yet. Yeah, alright. If there is any enemy in the game that you want to learn how to parry, it's this one. Everything else is such a pain in the ass to deal with. Oh, there it is. I don't know what I was doing wrong before. Anyways, if I remember correctly, there's a page over here. And I would like to get it. This one talks about the vault, but we were already there. But I probably should look at the translation of this one because that little chunk down at the bottom looks important. This is page 32. Those who live in the fortress do not know the secrets of prayer. Use your knowledge wisely, and who knows what you will find. Nothing crazy, it's just that's when they introduce prayer as a mechanic. Okay. I want a coin, yay! Nothing else over here for the moment. It's not like, let's not get too distracted. Get a little distracted. Oh, but there's a chest up there. It's probably got like a red berry in it that I kind of want. Hold on. It's like right here. Probably shouldn't just be eating those. Whatever. And what we got? Oh, his money. this. I can also do this really quickly. Oh, that's an upgrade. For some reason I thought the thing that was in here was something else. I might be misremembering. So we go down here. This is not the spot where there's a spot where we can cross under to get something. It might just be over here where the ladder is. No? Maybe I need the laurels to do this. Actually, I probably do need the laurels to... Nope, here it is. Here we go. Oh, it's the bracer. That's actually something I want. Because if I remember correctly, I think that reduces stamina cost on blocking things with your shield. Okay. Great. Very good. Ruined atoll time. See what we can do. I do enjoy that this area, I think, is where you start to see the cracks in the game a little bit. If only a little bit. No, I'm curious if there's anything that's like to be said about how like the quote-unquote pollution that happens makes things more aggressive. I do like that it's shown that it's like a like an increasing toxicology from like you know how things move on the food chain, because the exploding guys, the slorms, eat the or they're absorbing like whatever the bad stuff is, and then the birds eat the storms and they get afflicted by it as well. So, do I have the map for the atoll? I do. Where is the shop? Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay. Wanted to take a quick look. I think I have to go back up. What do we have? Is this still 900? Yeah. Got 300 at the moment? Air bombs. I'm not super hurting for any of this, I don't think. If anything, I should probably actually go cash in another one of these upgrades. Let's see, 5. Definitely stamina. Good, good, good. Actually, you know what? I was like, I haven't had as much like lore breakthroughs so far this stream as I had the last one. I don't know if I'm keeping up steam as well. I just remembered that we get some pretty tasty stuff once we get to the library, which is coming up. I just gotta get through Frogs. I gotta get through Frog Zone. Hashtag Frog Zone. I am still endlessly fascinated by... so, for those who don't know, those pillars are called sarcophagi. There's a reason for that, which we learn in the next area. I'm really interested about the things that are in the sarcophagi. That's like the main reason why I wanted to do this, because I'm really curious to see if I can piece together any sort of information about them. They are talked about in the manual, but it's very, very abstract. They're not giving you anything for free. Money. I get this. Bottle fragment. I think I only need one more of those. What? Let's leave. And they're coming right back. Go. I'm like a little lost right now. I'm trying to remember my way around here. Oh yeah, okay. I need to go up this way. Place I need to go is over here. Music is a little quiet. Just a smidge. Oh, the lighting in here is so cool. Game is so pretty. Okay, yeah. There's the odd orb from that we were talking about last stream. This item is the reason why I clocked the whole color theory thing, because that orb is used to summon a disquiet being. That's like the tentacle that comes out of it that you use as your grappling hook. Where's the back ways to get in there? Oh, you know what? Actually, it might be from over the elseways. Ooh, I just barely lived. HP upgrade, very nice. Here we are. That's right, there's nothing you can do down here just yet. Bombs? Wonderful, 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 wonderful. We just gotta go down. God, so I think we probably told this story the last time I was live, but so I came through this area extremely underleveled because I just went through the game very out of order. This room was so tense because all of these frogs were strong as hell and kicking my ass. And, like, I had to be really careful about my engagements. I can't tell you if that made the game more or less fun, but I do think I'm glad that I ended up going through the game a bit out of order. Though it did end up making some of the later fights a bit easier than intended. Mainly the librarian. The librarian is extremely easy when you have the gun. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, parse what's on that flag down there, because that looks like TUNIC. Kind of. But it kind of breaks the rules of it. There is no symbol that really looks like that. Weird. It's like, it's TUNIC, but it's... Oh wait, am I just... No, I think I maybe just No, because that's not how that works. What the fuck? Definitely says something. I can't parse what, because it's not right. It looks like almost like there's two consonants being shoved under one vowel there. which is really bizarre. Sorry, I'm just gonna be like staring here, like trying to like rack my brain if there's any way you're supposed to like be able to read this. I'm gonna be wasting time if I do this. I'm just gonna take a screenshot and maybe revisit it another date. Ultimately, I don't know if it's anything that we need for our investigation, but I think it's interesting nonetheless. It would be actually kind of fascinating if it turned out like the frogs have a very slightly different way of writing TUNIC to the foxes. It's bugging me. It's bugging me so much. I don't think there's anything in here that we really missed item-wise. I think there's just like one guy we haven't defeated. You defeated. Oh, an attack upgrade that's really nice. Thank God. Get this. So normally this is where it is intended for you to get the green key, but as you can see, it's not here. But I think what's more interesting than the fact that the green key is taken is that the game accounts for this. I'm not quite sure what that means yet, but it's something that I have considered. That in the I don't know. The intended cycle that the Ruin Seeker is meant to go through has already been tampered with a little bit, given that the librarian has A, stolen the green key, B, stolen the swamp teleporter, and C, is collecting like the manual pages. But it really calls into question what the timeline of this world is like, because the game itself is already accounting for it, given this text right here. The game is already accounting for this fact. And it makes me wonder, like, if the TUNIC that exists within the game of TUNIC is in a state of flux. Like, I need to like explain a little bit. So, I want you to notice something about this screen. Do you see the background here? The game behind the manual? I might have talked about this a little bit before, but that looks very reminiscent of like a CRT TV. And you were reading the manual outside of the CRT TV. So, the game TUNIC exists within the game TUNIC. And the game that exists the game of Tunic that exists within the game is not the same as the game that exists in our world. I don't know if it has anything that matters that much, but it's a really interesting narrative nesting device. And I guess what it has me wondering is how meta is this game getting? If the game shifts, does the manual shift to match it? Because there is both evidence for and against this, because the game has accounted for the green key being stolen, but there's a page we get later, which I don't believe we have at the moment, that talks about your fast travel points. And it labels the fast travel point that's been stolen by the library as teleporting to the swamp. So there's a bit of an inconsistency there. But it does make me wonder, how, like, is Tunic quote-unquote alive to the extent that House of Leaves is almost sort of like alive? I'm just thinking about it. Oh, I'm going in the yucky green. Very funny getting a bunch of explosives out of the pool full of explosive children. No, it is curious why the frogs are cultivating those things. They're using them for, like, something. Let's see, go get a health replenishment. And we can go deal with this room. Very good. Alright. This room is so, like, annoying in the randomizer, because unless you have the grappling hook, there is no way to get out of this room. Take strange device. Okay. Got an item. Yeah, and so you see, this fucking design around the ball is designed after what the disquieting beings are, which is like this hexagon shape head with the tentacles coming out of it. So when you use it, rotate it around the forbidden axis to partially summon a disquieting being. You know, there is also potentially something that he said about a lot of the robots that are in this chasm down here. Those robots, if I remember correctly, I don't remember if you see those specifically in the ziggurat, or if those are specifically unique to the librarian. Interesting that those are down here, though. I'm gonna put that in my loose ends tab, actually. Loose ends. Robots in the pit of the frog's domain. I shouldn't have jumped over here yet. Foolish. What's funny is you can technically get through the atoll without the grappling hook. There is an area where it is technically required, but since a lot of the frog enemies have this move where they drag you towards them with their tongue, you can kind of skip it. Unfortunately, you do need the grapple to get into the quarry. Otherwise, it is like almost an unnecessary item, funny enough, outside of like a few instances. Right, I can just go out the front here. Okay, I'm not gonna tempt fate there. Anything back here? No, just that you can run around that. Ooh, defense upgrade. Got a lot of yummy upgrades to cash in. Definitely want damage first. Definitely want damage first. Oh, I have enough for both. Fuck yes. Oh, that's nice. That's gonna be so nice. I definitely don't have enough for anything else right now. Yeah. Yeah. Now, let's do the rest of Atoll. Alright. I don't remember what this one does. Not off the top of my head, unless that's the one that makes your bottles refill your blue instead of your red. Okay, I do have to go back over this way. Oh, can you be parried? That's really annoying. Guess I don't need to. Kind of unnecessary, actually. Go up here. Gotta turn this guy on. Hello. a little bit of distance. Okay, that's just where I was. Wait, I need my treasure chest. God, this soundtrack is so nice. I'm still real happy that I have. Oh yeah, here's that thing I was talking about earlier. They really do show you that like something is funky here. If I remember correctly, I actually might say it on the page, yeah. It's a friendly bird that loves to eat storms. Kicking my ass. A cute little crab. Oh, that's a cute little bird drawing. Anything else on that page that I need to be... No, not really. That's the page that's just tutorializing you on how to read the compass. Cute. Again, more very direct and not very subtle imagery. Again, this bit was a bit lost on me because I didn't come back here and do this until much later. This is the point of the game where the game is telling you, hey, maybe what you're doing isn't a good idea. Maybe there's a reason why there's so much stuff trying to stop you from doing what you're doing. Oh! I didn't... I was zoomed out. There was a radiation spider. I forgot that there was one that spawns there. I think that one's more damage but less defense, if I remember correctly. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, is that these guys will just pull you up here. Which is mildly annoying, because now I can't get back down, and I kind of wanted to be down there. I don't want it to go the whole long way back. That's fine. I don't remember if there's like any sort of unique chest or something. I guess I can just go back. Actually, now that I think about it. That's right, I think all that's over there is just shortcut. Yeah, it's just a means of going back here early if you're wanting to. Alright, 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 alright. It's time for the thing I've been waiting for. Oh, you know what? I can even consider to say, since the last stream, I ended up going to my local Pride event, and it was a whole lot of fun. It was a bit smaller than like what I'm used to. Like the San Diego Pride is fucking huge. It was really nice. I've been trying to meet some new folks recently, and I feel like I'm kind of getting there. Turns out if you make an effort to like go out to community events, you'll meet people. Making friends is still hard, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to be around people in person after spending a lot of my life just on the computer. I don't know. The computer these days feels more and more like a place that isn't as welcoming to me as it once was. I like to spend more of my time offline than online. Not quite there yet, but I'd like to get there. Also, I love the cute little walking table. Also, there's these guys who are scary as fuck, but they're chill. Unless I want to start shit, but I don't need to start shit just yet. Alright, so the blackboards in here are actually like mega important. This first one, not so much. This is just like the turret schematics. Here you just got like that little walk-in table that you saw before. I believe the text there says admin, if I remember correctly. Oh, the cathedral. If I remember correctly, I believe this is all just like location names, but I do want to take a quick check. Page 40. Let's see. The seat of power for the first heir. Which actually I do believe that comes back at some point. I'm going to make a tab for the cathedral. I don't know if I need to add anything to it just yet, but it will come up. I do remember this from the little bit that I remember. The cathedral, page 40, seat of power for the first heir. Large chamber filled with the smell of incense. The shaft descends into blackness, activated by 10. Oh, 10 like the thing. Door to Eastern Realms, a group of lost friends covet the elixir. The elixir? Huh. That's interesting. We might have to come back to that when we get to the cathedral. Because if it's what I'm thinking about, I'm a bit concerned. The baptismal font. Oh god, I think it is what I'm considering. Upper balcony offers a view of the main hall. In the library, there is a double secret. Perfume passage, moonlight bridge blocks access to a treasure. The chalice vessel. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right, that's right. That'll be something we have to come back to, I think. But that's right. I vaguely remember reading something in the manual about this fucking... They're drinking that shit. We're in the mountains. Oh, here we go. This is where we get some of the stuff that we get to know about. Okay, yeah. Tincture, more damage, less defense. Bracer, defending takes less stamina. Orange Peril Ring, you take if you're at low health, etc. Louder Echo is bigger bomb explosions. Okay, that's what that is. Where's Gem? What does that say? Parry time... La? Oh, parry time up. It's an arrow. That's not a word. Gotcha. Cool. So, probably the juiciest of the blackboards is this one right here. And it is very cheekily zooming out as I walk closer to it. If I recall correctly, the top right text on that blackboard says the universe. And those symbols on the bottom left are simply the word how repeated. So the librarian is maybe one of the few characters in Tunic who is aware that he exists within a game. Ooh, okay. Okay. I am gonna definitely switch over to notes for this one. There's a bit to unpack on this page, if I remember correctly. So let's dig into it, shall we? Alright. Let me see. Page 38. Alright. From the top, the monastery. Once a place of worship for the gods thought to live beneath the earth, it was abandoned when the cathedral influence reached its peak. And this is one of the things that had me interested in doing this lore stream. Second text box. Cavity. Exposed fossil that has dented a patch of local truth out of the canonical plane. Being near it does not hurt, but does instill a terrible feeling of hopelessness. The rooted ziggurat. A house for strange gods exposed by erosion and greed. There's the gun, powerful but uses a lot of magic. Savvy explorers have been known to quest for this soon after their arrival. That's nodding towards the fact that if you get the gun before you get a sword, you get an achievement. And the lower miasma. The bottom of the query will sap your will to go on, unless precautions are taken. Were the rumors that the air is poisoned misunderstood because of this miasma? So. So. I actually don't know if I should make a separate note specifically for cavities and I guess I can make it the miasma slash the elixir. Okay. Let's see. Page 38. All right. Originates from the ziggurat, which I should actually make a note for, which I'll just do like this. Ooh, did not mean to do that. There we go. Caused by an exposed fossil. Causes a terrible sense of hopelessness and I'm going to put this one in specifically in quotes, has dented a patch of local truth out of the canonical plane. And this is where I'm coming with from for the fact that purple is extraplanar or outside of the game itself because of this. Because whatever the miasma is, the elixir, the disquiet beings, they seem to exist without outside of the material plane and also outside of the far shore. They seem to come from a place that you cannot access in the game and may very well just be from outside of the game itself. There is something that said that maybe this is data corruption, that the game is starting to fall apart because it's old. Like we see in the library that this game is being played on a cartridge. So the miasma could be representing data corruption, and the game is slowly starting to cannibalize itself. It could be representative of outside influence, the player's influence on the game, the fact that you're interacting with it is having effects on the world that are maybe not good, which is why as you progress as the Ruin Seeker, that it gets worse as you go on. It could be very well just be alien influence. That something that was not meant for this world has seeped into it and is affecting it. Or, this plays into what my original take on this game was, is that it is the fallout of a time paradox, which we might get into later as we explore the cathedral. But I believe there is a page you can get that talks about how something we'll see later is the predestined self of the foxes that used to populate this world. And that they are using this thing for power. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's fascinating, and it's probably going to be the thing I'm going to be bashing my head against the most. in this playthrough was trying to explore the lore and stuff. Pull up back the grid. Our spiderweb's really starting to grow here a little bit. Okay, okay, okay. The Lost Echo is actually something that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna put that under probably the Ruin Seekers tab here. Let me go over this page since we have it. Let's see, this stone is extremely dangerous. Let's see, Fleamers. Equipped in various ways, the flesh may be stripped away, but the will to fight is strong. Friend, a disquiet fragment who lives in a skull and wants to taste everything. Interesting. I was actually curious about that. Because I noticed that the tendrils in the skull enemy is very similar to the thing in the orb, so they are tied together. Page 39. Which is another interesting thing. Why is there a fragment of a disquiet being in this world? What happened to them? Lost Echo. An echo of self from a past rune seeker whose owner gave up. Watch and listen closely and release it from its agony. I don't know if there's actually much to go off of there other than the fact that rune seekers have owners. Page 39. Seekers have owners. And if they abandon the game... Oh wait, no. I'm misreading this. I did this actually the first time. The owner that it's talking about here is the Ruin Seeker themselves, not the player. It is if you like leave behind the little ghost that spawns when you die. It becomes trapped in the canonical plane when it is meant to return to the plane of memory, where it is meant to belong. I don't know if there is anything particularly interesting actually to say about it in terms of the story. I think that's it for that. I think we can go back to the game capture now. Oh, I did actually need to check one last thing. Around the cathedral is a wasteland of graves. Those who had remains to bury after the final battle are laid here, but many are not at rest. There is that mention of the final battle again. All right. There is one more blackboard in here of interest. I think it's up here. Yes. Okay. It really likes to zoom. It does not want you getting a close look at these blackboards. Yeah, there's something freaky in these things. Which, there's not really a good name for them, really. I think the community calls them the Void Touched. I'm trying... Oh, it just says power. I was trying to read what the word on there is there. Power is a weirdly hard word to read in TUNIC. the fast travel set up. Oh, he's got this fuck-ass banner in here too. What is this? It's gonna bug me. Fuck it. I don't think it's important, but I'm putting this in the fucking loose ends page as well. Atoll banner. Yeah, here's one of those robots that I was talking about earlier. Well, any upgrades I can cash in? Cool. Okay, I can't go out here. I thought maybe this window had something I could go and look at. Let's go fight the boss. What do I want for this is the question. I almost feel like I'm just gonna want like extra healing maybe. AI is a little janky. Next time of this fight, or if I die, I'm definitely going to be trying to translate what his like subheading here says. Easy done. I really wish you could take his sword. That's one thing they let you do in the randomizer, actually. Well, you just killed a man. Alright, give me a moment. Because I'm going to pull up my Steam screenshot, and I want to see what this librarian's subheader is, because I don't think I've actually looked at it. Put you up, move you over here. Okay. Oh, it's gotten dark in my room. I can't see my damn keyboard. I actually put you all over on the notes page while I type this out. The thieving scholar who seeks thieving scholar who seeks the cross but doesn't understand. That's not any new information, really. We know he don't know. Interesting. I'm glad we got a lot out of that. Fuck, the query's next. Ooh, do I got energy to start at least start the query? I certainly am not going to be getting through the entire ziggurat. But do I at least have the energy to start the query? I at least want to go there. Because the query is like the area of the game where I stumbled on it by just complete accident. I was like, oh fuck, I need to see what's going on here. You know, there's a repeated motif of golden doors, but they only really just seem to be used for in reference to like the keys. Oh, that's the blue one, okay. One left. You know, I'm actually curious if it looks any different in the far shore. I'm gonna go look. And I actually might stop there. My tummy's hurting a little bit. Not that bad, it's just enough to be distracting. I actually want to look at the subheading for this as well. Okay, it does look different. It does show that there's only one thing left. Oh, huh. I completely forgot what I was doing. Apologies. We were gonna check on the air. Oh, okay, I remember. We were gonna look at the subheading. Sorry. Someone might have shuffled around in here. Let's pull that up now. Now. All right, let's see what we got. What we got. Like, this is for the far shore. I just figure out that this, and I do this. Perfect. What do we got? Okay, the far shore. The space. Oh, the space that is not here nor there. It is nothing particularly fancy. That's fine. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna call this stream there for tonight. And we can save the query in its full glory for the next one. Because that's also a very good area. Looking forward to that. Anyways, thanks for stopping by tonight, y'all. A little bit more low-key stream today. I've been a little foggy today. It's been good. Oh, I love this game so much. I love it so much. Let me see who's live right now. See if there's anybody I want to send y'all over to. Oh, you know what? I haven't talked to him in a hot second, but I think I'm going to send y'all over to my good friend, Mr. Shasta. He's streaming some DS games right now. He's a good old buddy of mine. Um, Back from the days before I transitioned, and I just chat with him on occasion. He does a lot of cool speedrunning stuff. Let me send y'all there. Make sure I've got his URL correct here.
That's
Perfect. Let me send you over. Let me start that raid. There we go. All right. Thanks for stopping by tonight, y'all. You have a wonderful night, okay? See you around.
my list. I didn't remember to add that because